Wolf messing. People's thoughts come to me in the form of pictures. Often, I see images of a particular action or place. The ability to read thoughts has nothing supernatural or mysterious. Telepathy is simply a phenomenon involving the use of natural laws. I find myself first into a certain slackness. While I am in this state, I experience a gathering of emotion and strength. From now on it is easy to perform telepathy. I can contain almost any thought. If I touch the transmitter, it becomes easier to distinguish the thought being sent from the general interference. But contact is not a necessity for me. Harold Sherman. First you have to completely relax yourself, temporarily not being conscious of the presence of your physical body. This is by letting your conscious mind loose the lower parts of your body, letting your conscious mind's attention go up the body, and as it goes up, by relaxing every part of the body, all the way up. Until the moment when you get to the top and feel that you are only consciously present. You can do this exercise either sitting in a chair or lying down on a bed or on a sofa. Once you have the attention of your conscious mind away from your body, it will seem to you as if you have put all the weight of your body on the bed or chair and you have mentally stepped out of your body. The stage after you have relaxed your physical body will be to direct the attention of your conscious mind inward, to look with your mind's eye at an empty, white movie screen that you will imagine stretched out into the dark chamber of your inner consciousness. If you are trying to send thoughts as a transmitter, what you want to convey is this enacted on the screen or feel the thought you wish to convey. If you have difficulty seeing the screen, feel that you are there as a point of focus of attention, and that will work just as well. Do not strain or try to force the message you are trying to send. Maintain your relaxed state and do not lose faith that the thought you are conveying is being received. When you are operating as a receiver, leave that mental screen blank and wait to see with your mind's eye the images that may be projected onto this screen or area of focused attention. Sometimes you will receive strong emotions from the donor or person you are trying to harmonize yourself with, and they may flash directly into your consciousness. You're going to have to interpret it the way you interpret the scenes. Be ready to receive messages in the form of images or emotions at any moment. Every human experience is recorded in the consciousness as mental pictures, and the emotion you get at that moment is also related to that experience. It is important to remember this, and this point has been proven by many parapsychological studies. Emotion is behind thought. Generates underlying power. Thinking is one of the most important human activities. However, as in all others, this faculty also shows a characteristic proportional to the individual mental and personality maturity of human beings. Most importantly, it is essential for human beings to recognize the faculty of thinking and to use it wisely and with good intentions, as it is the first stage in which all activities begin. After that, there will be development and evolution in many other respects with what this faculty will bring. Those who will study telepathy should evaluate the psychic nature of the thought phenomenon by knowing it well. Thought, which is the basic feature of the thinking being, is one of the most important factors shaping the entire physical and psychic world of the being. Thoughts spread in waves from thinkers in physical forms towards the places or entities they are related to. Thought waves penetrate other people's bodies depending on the distance they move, the force, the thrust, and the clarity and power of thought. Without expressing every thought, word or gesture, a living thing becomes a kind of living being and always tries to go towards the person, thing, or place it belongs to. Thought, if it is clear enough and takes a certain form, quickly goes to its destination. It reaches its goal by influencing the mental or astral bodies of the person being considered. The thinker's thought thus occurs perfectly in those who receive it. This movement of the brain, that is, thought, which affects the nervous system, does not disappear on the surface of the body, but is constantly transmitted to the environment with waves. The waves hit the nervous system of those who are in the field of activity. This vibrational movement, that is, thought, transmits the same excitement, desire, or thought to the brain of the recipient without losing its essence. The same mode of being of thought automatically arises in the consciousness of the receiver. This transfer is so easy and complete that the receiving subject is in harmony with the donor. When a person, through thought, wishes to appear or be there fiercely in such and such a distant place, he creates a thought form that represents himself and reaches the place he desires to be. Thought capable of producing such a form must necessarily be able to use a large amount of mental body matter powerfully. However, this form shrinks and becomes compressed when separated from the thinker, surrounded by a substantial amount of astral matter, and enlarged to the size of a living entity before reaching the person concerned. When the thinker wants to influence a person close to him from afar for the purpose of patronage, the thought can take an original form thanks to the contents of the patronage. Thought is a very important psychic power. It does not suffer a loss more than physical powers. When we reflect our thought with a strong desire, our thought always produces an effect. If it does not reach its goal, it returns to the point where it originated and affects the person who reflects or broadcasts it. If the reflected thought is an evil and unkind thought, then the influence is similar to the bad situation that is intended to be brought about, even strong enough to be felt, return to their owner and produce the return shock. For, the thought that attracts thoughts of the same nature as it does on the way back, multiplies and becomes stronger. In other words, one unit of thought, good or bad, is sent back to the person who created it as 10 units. Thought waves sent loaded with bad influences come back before they can find their opponent and hit their owner. As a result, thought returns to its creator with a force proportional to the energy used to reflect it. Therefore, a pure heart and mind are the best guards against the onslaught of low thoughts. For, since pure intention and mentality create plain astral and mental bodies made of fine and inert matter, these bodies cannot respond to vibrations belonging to heavy and coarse matter. If the backward and bad thought hits a pure body like that of the person we mentioned above, it will be repelled with all its might and jumped back. As it passes by, it is caught in a line of light resistance and is sent to the person who created it and crashes into it. Thus, blessings and curses are like birds returning to their nests. Accordingly, it seems dangerous to send bad thoughts to perfect people, those who are spiritually high. Thought forms sent to a high evolutionary person are not able to reach him. On the contrary, it turns to the self-sufficient. It destroys him mentally, morally and physically. Undoubtedly, the aim of all parapsychic work should be for the good of people. You must push all ideas to the contrary out of your consciousness.